Rumi says the wound is where the light enters the body. And I love that saying because it makes you reframe what an emotional scar or a physical scar for that matter is. I want to say you come to the realization in this process that your biggest weakness can be your biggest actually success, your biggest abilitator to accomplish what you want to accomplish. I want to say my biggest scar in all of this was that I got caught, I got stuck in my weakness. And working through it took me to my strength. And that's where the light came in for me that, yes, this has happened to me, but this is not me in my entirety. This is simply an experience that I've gone through. And if I survive that, if I kind of live through it, that just tells me how resilient I am and how strong I can be. And I wonder what I can do with that strength going forward.
Right. And because you are obviously human, even as a professional, do you find yourself going back and replaying that in your mind sometimes?
Absolutely. And I try to depict this in the book that as Charlotte is going through her life, she has these flashbacks, she has these moments where she makes decisions that are rooted in the pain of this trauma. Some of them knowingly, some of them just very unconsciously. It is impossible for us as a human to go through a process and walk out of it completely untouched. We're not supposed to experience something that way. And there is nothing wrong with that. If you learn how to navigate it well, even that is not going to be difficult for you on a daily basis.
And don't you think, that being said, don't you think that avoiding the situation, pretending it didn't happen, not doing the work, that makes the entire process, not only does it drag it out, but don't you think that eventually it intensifies it? In other words, if you're not dealing with the issue, and so many people do this, and they numb themselves out, you know this with alcohol, shopping, addictions. They try to numb out that pain with other things from the external world. I have found that as a high functioning person with high functioning depression for the longest time, that worked for a while. But my circumstances got so big that the coping techniques that I was using no longer work.